I feel that money is very hard to come by, especially living in Hawaii. It's not all sandy beaches and coconuts. It's really hard to live here. My name is Shayla Marie Ma-e. I'm 28 years old.
I'm Matthew Piianaia-Ishii. I am 33 years old.
Together we have 2 daughters, Sienna, Belle, and Sierra Jane.
Together we make about $83,000 a year.
We live on the Big Island of Hawaii in Hilo. I started a new job about a week ago. I'm making $16 an hour, $33,000 a year. I understand how hard it is to pay for childcare. If I wasn't working, we wouldn't be able to pay for childcare. I would be a stay-at-home mom forever. You really have to be working 2 jobs in a household to send your children to school.
As a concrete foreman, I earn about $25 an hour. It could go up to about $80 an hour. I form, tie steel, and placement of concrete down to finishing the concrete.
As of right now, the way that we live paycheck to paycheck, it's hard to make it by. We make enough to cover our expenses and our bills and essentials, but we don't make enough to move forward and move ahead in life.
Make sure my family has a roof over their head, clothes, and food.
Because I was a stay-at-home mom for the past year, I let Matthew know what we needed. And by that, Matthew would budget based off of his weekly income.
Food is a priority, whether we have enough or we're gonna borrow from my mother-in-law to have enough.
My contribute to the household would be taking on my car payment again, being able to put money towards our rent and utilities, being able to help pay off my credit card debts, and being able to save a little bit more money and put it on the side. Are you working?
Huh?
What are you making, letters? Making letters, good job. We started dating in 2012. And as of 2017, we had our 2 girls, Sienna and Sierra. Being pregnant came as a shock. I had a 50-50 chance of ever getting pregnant, so we stopped trying, and we ended up finding out that we were pregnant. A week later, we found out that we were having twins, and it came as a very big shock. Financially, they're 3 years old now, and they have completely different personalities. One is very much a showgirl, and the other one is very headstrong, and she's my tomboy. Sending the twins to school is about $1,400 a month. It's $700 per child at the preschool that they are attending, and we do not pay this out of pocket. It was a blessing that we were able to get funding.
Oh, you missed. Again. Oh, you missed.
I have $2,300 in credit card debt. The credit card debt came from being able to pay extra expenses if we didn't have the finances to cover our monthly bills. So our credit card debts came from either having to buy last-minute items of food and gas. Matthew and I are engaged, but because of his prior relationship, he does have children with his previous relationship, and he has back child support. So because of this, we're not getting married, because once we get married, we become one person, and I will start paying his child support as well.
I do talk to them once in a while when they go and visit my mother at her house. She'll call me on Facebook Live or call me over the phone where I'll be able to either speak to them or see them. Before they moved to Washington, it used to be like every other weekend that they would be at my mom's house. But now, since they moved, it's only when they come back to visit Hawaii. If something comes at us, like the car needs to be fixed or tires need to be replaced, then that comes right out of the savings again. The last time I looked, it was about $700 is in my account right now.
So I do have a savings account that we try to put money into. It's not a set amount that we try to save every week or every month. But when we do get some extra income, I try to save it. The amount that we have in my savings account right now is $20. And that's just to keep my savings account open. My mother and father were always working, trying to make enough to support all of us. I am an only child, but as we were growing up, my parents took in my mother's siblings' children. We fostered them up until they were all around the teenage age and were able to go back to their parents. We didn't have a lot of money to do other things like leave the island or vacation. Most of the families here go to Kona on the other side of the island. They have a weekend vacation, they have a staycation, or they go to Disneyland. Most families do that with younger children, but we just didn't have the funds to do that. With having that experience as my childhood, I try to give my children everything that I didn't have. But growing up, I had everything that I needed, and I try to give that to my children. We were hoping to own a home by now, but because of the way that we live and how much we make, we made too much for self-help housing, which is a housing program that helps Native Hawaiians. And we made too much for the household income for that, and we made too little for a home loan.
Some other states that I've been looking around at just to compare prices, they're way cheaper for something that's not even comparable.
And that's why so many people from Hawaii are moving out of state. So we made a goal for the next 5 years to save money and try to move out of state. It's not all sandy beaches and coconuts, what you see on TV, in magazines, social media. It's really hard to live here.
As far as the girls, try to send them off to college and get them a good education. Everything we pretty much do nowadays is based off of these two girls and make sure they grow up to have a bright future and a better education.